A big story breaking over there, and that is that the accused shooter, the accused murderer of Conservative campaigner Charlie Kirk, friend of the president, a very famous podcaster, very famous influencer, who was, of course, shot at the Utah Valley University a couple of months ago. He is in court. His name is Tyler Robinson. He's been allowed to wear his own clothes because his lawyers have argued that him shackled and in jail garments would make him look guilty. Most people don't get that privilege. I wonder why that has been allowed. Mr. Robinson shall be addressed as one who is presumed innocent, said Judge Graf, Tony Graf, during these proceedings. So it's underway under conditions of great security. The defendant has previously been seen wearing a suicide protection vest because, of course, it's incredibly incendiary, this situation. A very, very emotional case. Let's go over to America and talk to a Republican strategist and former chair of the Nevada Republican Party, Amy Tarkanian. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is a massive story, of course, over there. Why do you think it is? I mean, most defendants don't get this privilege of being able to wear their own sort of civilian clothes in the dock. Why has Tyler Robinson been allowed this?
Well, it's very interesting because, as you stated, the majority of those who are on trial do not get to wear civilian clothing. And the fact that they use the excuse of, they want to make sure that he is given a fair trial. Everyone is given a fair trial. At least I would hope so. That's the way they're supposed to run. And yes, everyone is presumed innocent until they are actually proven guilty, if that's the case. But the fact that not only was he allowed to wear civilian clothes and to be somewhat more comfortable and a little bit more appealing to the eye, but he also was allowed to have, he still had to wear restraints, but he didn't have to wear them as tight. And so then that way he could still be viewed as somebody who possibly could be troublesome, but because he didn't have a past, they actually went easy on him with the restraints as well. And I know that a lot of people, including myself, were really hoping for transparency and to allow cameras inside the courtroom. When you have high-profile cases like this, and I think the fact that we're now talking about it on TalkTV, this isn't just in the United States of America, but people are curious and they want to see, what's actually unfolding, and that's not happening.
I mean, you have to say that his lawyers have done a great job on his behalf, because
sure,
this is pretty unique in American history, a case. I mean, I used to live in the States, and the great thing about the States is everything is done in a very transparent, honest and open manner so that the public can see justice being done. It doesn't always happen in this country, but it does in the States. So what you've got now, Amy, going on with Tyler Robinson, you've got the British system where nobody can see inside the court. The defendant seems to be getting some very special treatment. Unusual, really. Again, why? Why? I mean, why has the judge agreed to this? The judge said, Mr. Robinson shall be dressed, and his name is Tony Graf, by the way, shall be dressed as one who is presumed innocent. I'll tell you what this is going to do, Amy. It's going to set a precedent. Every defending attorney from now on will say, well, as in the case of Mr. Robinson, my client should not be dressed in prison clothes, nor should he or she be shackled.
Well, sure. I mean, you're definitely correct on this. If you're going to give favors to one, then I think it should be across the board. Maybe all should be given that privilege. But the fact of the matter is he was found on video running away from the scene of the crime, and he also has been found in numerous text messages with his roommate slash Lover to be discussing what unfolded on that day. And he was the one discussing it, and he's the one who pointed out what he had done. So the fact that he's being given these privileges, it is outstanding. And I think people are kind of perplexed. And what this alludes to is for people to actually think, well, is this political? I'd like to find out the background on this judge. Why is he being granted this when so many thousands of others are not given this treatment?
Yeah, it seems like potentially critics will say this is a liberal judge giving a break to a man who allegedly killed a famous Conservative campaigner. That's what the critics will say. One last point, Amy. Any reporting over there about the state of mind of Tyler Robinson? We're hearing that he may have been or is suicidal. What is being reported over there?
Well, of course, once again, because we have lack of transparency, we're hearing pretty much similar to what you are. And that also kind of people kind of snicker a little bit about that, because then you can even go back into other different scenarios like Jeffrey Epstein. People always joke around and say he didn't kill himself, even though that's what the story was while he was behind bars. So now everyone automatically assumes because you have committed a major crime or possibly have committed a major crime, that is what's going to happen behind bars to you. You either will be murdered, you will be taken care of one way or another, or you will commit suicide. So we're not exactly sure what's going on.
Suicide. Exactly right. Let me just say before you go, great to talk to you, Amy. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going to play you a little film. This is your president, Donald Trump, trying to conduct interviews on Air Force One.
These are rough winds in Asia. I must tell you, this is a rough flight. We could have waited an hour, maybe. These are tough conditions for interviews. They're going to be watching Trump. They're going to say, he didn't look too good. He's got the shakes. I don't have the shakes, but people are going to think I do.
You're pretty solid.
I'll tell you what, whatever people say about Donald Trump, he's a funny guy, Amy. What I wanted to ask you quickly before you go, he's talking, perhaps jokingly, about a third term. Before we get too jokey about that, more worryingly, well, actually, I don't find it worrying that Trump might get a third term. I think if he doesn't get a third term, he sort of will, because I suspect J.D. Vance will become the next president. But this is why I hope either J.D. Vance or Donald Trump are your next president. It's because of this, because old Kamala Harris has given an interview to the BBC making it pretty plain that she plans to stand for president again. I don't think she'll win that election, and that will be R.I.P. the Democrats, won't it? What on earth is going on with that lot?
Well, I guess when you have a really big ego and narcissism is something that you're used to swallowing, I guess a daily pill of that, then you may think that it's okay for you to continue to run, even though people really are sick of you. Kamala, God bless her. I mean, she came out of the gate strong and then just did a nosedive when she announced her campaign, probably about a month or so into it. It was painful. She has no room to even be considering another rerun. I know many Democrat friends of mine have said not just no, but hell no. And they're looking for someone new. And, to actually hear as a Republican that she's considering that, yes.
Yeah. The Republicans will absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen her interview with the BBC's Laura Kuenssberg, but if you haven't, have a look at it, because she's off again, word salading. You can't understand a word she's on about. She doesn't change, and if she becomes the Democrats' next presidential candidate, then I'm afraid not only will she lose, that'll be the end of the Democrats. Interesting times, though, Amy. Great to talk to you. Thank you very much. Amy Tarkanian, their Republican strategist and former chair of the Nevada Republican Party.